So this week I moved to being outside, so there are not quite so many sessions because of the weather. But so I started off doing some weave training with Teeto, and it's just trying to get him to run in front of me and then to my trick and train, so that I can actually reward him from distance. And just trying to get some speed up running through the poles. So quite a few repeats of this. Trying to make sure that he understands what I'm asking. And yes, I've got quite a few more weeks of just doing this to get him to understand that he's supposed to run through all 12 poles before I start to ask him to really do any bending or like actual weaving through them. Then I moved on to checking whether our contacts are working or not, so on a low dog walk. So this is just a few repeats of him running the dog walk and then stopping and then starting to push it so that I run past him. I'm just trying to get some speed on it. You can see he's a bit hesitant and waiting to check that he's doing the right thing, but really pleased that he is stopping and he is getting the idea of what he's supposed to do, and see that he's going, oh, he knew he did it wrong, and look back to see. As he doesn't appear to be a particularly running force dog, don't mind too much if he isn't always hitting the contact and stopping, so long as he stops near the end. Then also doing some seesaw work. So he is very nervous of both the movement and the noise, so I'm going to have to do quite a lot of work. And so I started off here on the gravel and actually made quite a lot of noise, so it was actually probably worse than if I'd done it on grass or in the arena. But hopefully if I can get him happy with the movement and noise here, he'll be happy once we go to either training indoors or at a show where there will also be noise and movement. But I think seesaw might take a little while before he's comfortable with it. So then some more weave training during the week. You can see he's getting better at running away from me. Not so good yet if I try and get in front of him. He tends to pop out, but so we're just slowly building up his repeats of it, trying to get him to be more consistent. And here's the second session with the dog walk at low height, and you can see I'm doing my tend running and running past, and he's really getting the idea now of stopping and doing it on both directions, both sides. So he's starting to understand. You can see he's got his little wag going, so he's getting more and more confident doing it. I'm so really pleased with how he's progressed on that. Then also did a bit of jumping work with him. So this is just cones with poles on the floor, working on him doing his ins. So here you'll see the in where I here turn my back to the wing. See there, I just missed, didn't quite get the idea he had to go out first, but then he's getting a reward. So really pleased he followed my body movement and did that, and then running out, so forwards off the in to keep the movement. And then you'll also see I do an in where he comes between the cone, the wing and me, but just quite a few repeats of this. And so this first one, you're keeping them on the same arm the whole way around. And so trying to make sure I can do it on both directions. So we're practicing both left and right ins, but making it as easy as possible for him to understand what I'm going to ask. So there you go, I'd do a swap of hands, give him his reward, and then run off again. So eventually I won't reward on the in, but to start with I just want him to understand what's been asked. So that's a really lovely tight turn. And so also eventually I want him to be running fast forwards away from me so I can stop halfway between the two sets of cones rather than need to get so close. But as we're just training, I'm really happy with the progress on this. So then this one is just a much more zoomed in view, so you can see my body movements around the cones and how he responds to it. So I was just practicing just doing the turn straight to having a ball thrown, and so keeping his running going as well, because his other one is if I keep just doing an in round a cone, he'll then stop running, waiting for the command. A bit more seesaw training. See, he's getting a little bit more confident here, needing slightly less sweets to encourage him across. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. Come on in. Also here making sure I do it on both sides because I want to be able to run a seesaw on either side eventually. So it's a bit squidged in this bit of my garden, but he's a good boy. He's slowly building his confidence, so I'm happy with it. Good boy. Go. So then get into the weekend and got the kit out actually into the arena. Doing some work with a friend as well, but working on just running forwards, still doing the ins and things with Kit here, so he's not running over any height yet, it's just over poles. I really want to encourage him just to keep running. So I've also put the dog walk up to full height, and this is his first time going over, so he's a bit nervous about the height, but really happy with his confidence of going forwards and over it. It's just a happy wag, which is lovely. So then now building some speed in, because I want him to eventually run full speed across the dog walk and stop at the end. But yes, very pleased with how confident he has been on it, and how he is improving to get a stop at the end. The clever boy. He's a clever boy. Go. So this is doing a bit more jumping work, slightly raised poles here. Let's see, practicing my weight, being able to walk out a little bit, and then getting to try and run past me over the next jump. So then I can ask him for some directions over jumps. And then we start to build a few different bits of kit together to make a very small course. So we're not just doing contacts on their own, we're doing them as part of running other things. You see there, I can run past it. He stops, so yes, really happy with him. And then a bit of just individual seesaw work. So I think it's going to be a little while for us to get his confidence up on the seesaw. But I think the idea, need to encourage him to get to the tipping point quicker so we get a better speed over it. But hopefully that should come with time. Then some more weed work, just trying to do recall between me and Greg to try and get some speed of him running through them. Just to encourage him. He's still not sure about coming towards me. He thinks he should all be running away. Then adding some coursework. So Greg put up a little course. Just putting things together, getting some speed running around things. So yeah, running to Greg to get his reward. Try and get him to run between people just to bring the speed into his jumping. So he's getting better and better at this. It did take us a few attempts to get him to go over both jumps, but that's fine. He was happy, and yeah, we're bringing the speed into our jumping. And then also taking it, doing the dog walk, so he's lost a bit of speed here, but he's still got the idea, still knows where he's aiming for. There's no slowing down of his speed on the down ramp. Would like him to run a bit faster, but we'll get there. And then carrying on from doing a bit of kit to going around and doing more courses in the whole loop. So really pleased with him on this.